Hey world. So on this session, I wanted to go through and share a bit more about, I guess, my personal thoughts on, I guess, how much I love the eyes, because I believe that the eyes are the windows to a person's soul, and I'm very intrigued and captivated by those. So I'll go into a bit more details and in depth about that. So before I get started, let me get the disclaimer out of the way. No suing or legal actions permitted against me for viewing the contents of my video. Viewing at your own discretion, whether consensual or not. My thoughts and views are pretty much that of my own, and doesn't necessarily represent anyone else, particularly those of any employers, especially those who I might be employed for, because like I said, it's no one else's business but my own. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. But I guess I wanted to go through and just, I guess, share my enthusiasm with how fascinated and intrigued I am by looking someone directly into the eyes. And it's almost to the point where it's almost, I guess, freaking someone out or making them feel a bit weird, because I'll just sit there and I'll just glance right into their eyes and just stare for 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes, until either the other person looks away or they start feeling a bit weird and freaky, and it's like, why do you keep staring at me? Or is there something on my face? Or for even those that go, what the hell are you looking at? So that's just my own fascination, and I definitely love it when I get a chance to, I guess, sit down or even stand up and meet with a new acquaintance, especially a girl, and I'll just sit there, and if I can, it's as I mentioned, I'll just sit right there and gaze right into her eyes, and I clearly am trying to peer into to see the depths of her soul, through the windows that's her eyes. And all the more if it's, hazel, blue, green, brown, black, gray, whether it has that ring of fire, that sunburst. And it's, I don't know, that's just sharing my fascination and love with it. And for those of you that I guess I might get a chance to meet one day, and we'll have a chance to sit down and have our face-to-face talk and conversation, just be forewarned that I definitely would love to be able to just sit there and gaze, like I said, for minutes at a time, and just gaze right into without any words being said. And it's a conversation starter. At the same time, for good or bad, it's, you're freaking me out, you're weirding me out, stop it. And it's always almost like a staring contest. And it always ends up being the other person looks away, look down, look up, or something. But I don't know, I just really love how a girl's eyes look. And I guess maybe that's that phantom quality that maybe I'm seeking. Again, I don't know if it's just being an elitist or being naive on my own part. But, if we ever get a chance to really sit down and have a conversation, one of the things of being forewarned is that I'm definitely going to be looking you in the eyes when we speak, and just trying to peer into them and see how deep they go, trying to see what secrets they might be able to reveal, and all that. So, but like I said, that's just my 2 cents on that, and I don't know, I just love it. I really think that, as cliche as it might sound, of when, I guess, a girl asks a guy, when some kind of survey asks you, what do you find attractive about the opposite sex? And, aside from the natural curves and accentuations of the body, really one of the true things for me is to really be able to just stare deeply I mean, absolutely just stare deeply into her eyes and just see what kind of thoughts is she thinking about, what kind of response is she going to say after either you're weirding me out, you're freaking me out, or why are you staring at me, you're staring at me way too long, or stop looking at me. Um, but yeah, that's definitely one of the things. And, I've always had a fascination for green eyes for some reason, aside from the fact that green pretty much is my color of choice, favorite color, but I just find them very alluring and appealing. But that's not to say that other eye color aren't as nice or appealing or enticing. There's a mix of several pigments, and it's just the clarity of it, whether, because I guess all the eyes that I've seen so far has been very clear, and I guess it's only going to be cloudy if you have glaucoma or some other give me a moment here, my D's, the ID diseases, that you might have to go through, that some people might be unfortunate to get at some point in their life. But aside from that, looking into them, it's usually always been crystal clear, and I find that one of the wonders of the world to be able to peer into someone's eyes and just look at them from that. So I guess, I don't even know if it's even at this point to say that it's even a requirement of you gotta have beautiful, alluring eyes, but it's just so much the fact of when I look at them, I guess that's one of the qualities that I know whether or not we have potential, whether or not you can probably be the one, at least for me, and I guess the joke goes of there was this man that was always constantly looking for the perfect woman, the perfect wife. But then one day, he supposedly found her in a bar, went up to her, and, asked, "What are you looking for?" Because I've been looking for you all my life, the perfect woman. And she goes, "I'm looking for the perfect man." So, with that being the case, it's whatever you might be searching for, it doesn't necessarily have to be requited on that standpoint. So even though you might be looking for her, she might not necessarily be looking for you. Or even though you might think she's the right one for you, she doesn't think that you're the right one for her. So ultimately, it always takes two. But, that's just kind of a follow-up to the simplistic loves in life, and I just wanted to elaborate a bit more on my passion, my fascination, my intrigue, allure for beautiful eyes, and just being able to gaze deeply and at a wow at them, even though, like I said, it might weird and freak out some people. So that's one of the things that one of the consensual head games, I guess you could say, that I will and do play often, is being able to look and stare someone, particularly females, in the eyes. That staring deeply, for a while doesn't work too well on guys, nor do I really want to look at, men in the eyes, unless it's for work, related stuff, or business, when you have to be in there and show that you're paying attention to them and getting that eye contact in there. So I'm a firm believer in looking at someone when you talk to them. It's also a sign of respect that you're paying attention as well. So, but at least on the more passionate and affectionate side of things, yeah, I don't really give guys that much the time of day of looking them in the eyes. It's mainly, I guess you can say that honor is reserved for women. But on that note, I guess I'll end it there with this session. So just remember to always look the person that you're talking to directly in the eyes to let them know that, you're paying attention to them. So with that, I'll see you guys next time.